So in the box you get your screen, which is a meter by a meter screen, which you can get a couple of screens out of, as well as you can reuse it and wash it after you've used it. Then in the box you get the necessary tools, Allen keys to help you assist in putting it together, as well as double-sided tape. If you do need to hold down the screen, you won't really going to need it. You do get extra screws, as well as a drill bit attachment, so you can use a drilling machine in the process instead of using the Allen key. Makes it a lot easier and faster to do. Then we get our rubbers, which push out the screen to further stretch it, which is going to help a lot when you are doing this by yourself. Then you also get a squeegee included for squeegeeing the ink through your screen. Very helpful to have. Can't do anything without this. So basically you got to take your frame apart first. These are your tensioning bars, which you'll see now. Next part is that we need to screw these bars so that they move inwards, so that once we put in our screen, we can unscrew them so it tensions the screen. So let's do that first. Okay, so now we're going to have to put our screen along here, and we're going to have to cut it because they give us a 1 meter by 1 meter piece. You don't need the whole thing, you need a portion of it. And you can probably get about 3 screens out of this bag. As you can see, you get a lot more than you need, so don't waste. Try and just cut off what you need. I'm simply just going to be cutting with a craft knife. The stuff is very easy to cut. You can use scissors. There we go. Now we're going to put our screen in and stretch it. And we're going to start off with one side and then we move on to another. You're basically just going to lay your screen over the entire piece, make sure it's as flat as possible, and you're going to take your piece of aluminium that this notch is facing up, and you're just going to basically just slide it in and then push forward, and that locks it in place. Let me show you that again. Basically make sure that your flat piece is facing up, and you literally just drop it in and then push it forward to lock it in place. Then we're going to do the opposite side. Now what we have to do is try our best to hold down the screen on this side in the middle. And what we're going to do the same thing again. We're just going to push it in and lock it forward. Now we're going to do the sides. Make sure the thing is up, push down, lock it forward. And repeat the process. Just hold it down, slide that in, make sure that the flat bar is up, then push this down to lock it in place. Okay, so now our screen is semi-tight. Now when I say semi, this is not good enough. So now we need to stretch out the screen, and by doing that, we now need to move over and unscrew these screws that we screwed in. And again, if you've got a drilling machine, that drill bit attachment really does help because it makes this process faster. Now we want to screw these back in, and that should tension the frame. And we're going to do this to all 4 sides until we can feel that the screen is almost like a drum, nice and tight. And that's what matters with this. You can eventually start seeing that the screen starts becoming tighter and tighter and more stretched. And once you've reached that drum level, then your screen is ready to be used. Just keep feeling it just to make sure that you're not over tightening it so that you don't tear your screen. And about now you should start seeing the creases that were in the screen should start disappearing. Okay, now that that is perfectly flat, you can't feel any bubbles whatsoever, then you've done this correctly. And if you're still not so sure, you can put in the rubber. I'll show you how to now, but in essence we are complete and we can start using this. I'll show you how to put the rubbers in. Now we need to put the rubbers in, and to do that we're going to take our small ones and we're going to put them in between these two screws underneath here. So we're just going to put it in and push it underneath. As you can see, now the rubber is given an even more stretch and is pushed up the frame, the screen. And you repeat that to all sides in between each set of two screws, and you'll completely successfully stretch your frame. This is now successfully stretched correctly. Another thing that these rubbers do, they assist in elevating the screen off the frame, so that when you put your screen down on a shirt or an item that you're screen printing, that this is no longer flush with the frame, that your screen is now 100% flush with the item that you're screen printing on, and it's going to give you a better screen and won't move as much. Now that we're done, let's attach it to the screen printing press. Now that that's done, all you got to do is repeat the process for the rest of your screens, and you'll successfully have wrapped all your screens so that you can start doing silk screening.
At AM.CO.za, we have always taken pride in our products and customer service. Our Google rating represents our commitment to providing our clients with the best support possible. We have officially achieved a rating of 4.9 stars and an astounding 699 reviews for our Jet Park branch in Johannesburg at the end of 2020. Hlobosile Kumalo, a level 6 local guide who has 64 reviews all over the country, says, "The tech support team is on point. I had an issue with my machine. I called them and they said I must bring it in. The person who helped me checked everything and made sure everything was 100%. Kind staff members helped me load my machine in and out of my car." This was just one of the many appreciative reviews we have received. These tags mean a lot to us. Thank you so much for your support. Let's move our attention to our branch in Montague Gardens of Cape Town, where we have achieved a rating of 4.8 stars and an amazing 299 reviews. Level 7 reviewer Dash Somolu, who has 119 reviews on Google, says, "Great company, great products and very well priced items. The training we received from Messias Chunga was top notch. He was very knowledgeable and knows his stuff." Another satisfied customer amongst many. We would like to thank you, our loyal customers. Thank you, South Africa. AM.CO.za. Achievement matters.